Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Project Integra, episode 8. Today we're going to be working on a couple things, not too much, because last episode was 2 episodes combined. I didn't want to split it in the middle because I know how some people feel when you cut it off halfway and say, stay tuned next week. So I just combined it all together, so this week's going to be a little toned down. But first things first, we're going to be painting this strut bar right here. Pretty simple, I just hung it up in my garage. So I got like a little mat right down here, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna go ahead and prime it. Not even gonna sand it or anything. We're just gonna go ahead and prime it, and then just paint it with the same paint we got with the same paint that we used from the rear trunk area. We're gonna use on this. So I'm gonna keep it black. I was thinking white, but then again, I don't feel like spending money, so I'm just gonna paint it black again. Just have it like a matte finish. That way it'll look nice. So. But let's just go ahead and get started. It's nothing really, not really much to say about this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it.
What do you do when the people go home? What do you do when the show is all done? What do you do? What do you do when the show is all done?
Let me just do like a little quick.
Alright, so it's kind of cold out today, but I figured I'd show you guys how to install this Miracle X bar. Well, it's actually not even a Miracle X bar, it's kind of like a replica, but it serves the same concept and purpose, so it's a little difficult. It's going to take you a while to get. I stared at the parts. I was staring at the parts for about 2 to 3 hours, and then I just started looking at reference pictures. So it's not the easiest thing in the world, but once you get the concept down, it'll be a lot more easier to work with. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to zoom in and show you how to put this thing together and take it apart. Alright, so we're gonna start off a little ahead. I can't completely disassemble it for you guys because that would take way too long, and it's freezing out here, so we're gonna skip a few steps. Sorry I can't do the whole thing. I took this video when I first made the bar, but I messed up so many times, the alignment was off, so I just deleted the video because I messed up a lot. But so this is what you do first off. This piece should be self-explanatory. You just remove the two struts that are the two strut bolts that hold the suspension on. You just unbolt those, and then this whole piece bolts right onto here. So after you do that, this is the X bar. This is the whole entire X bar right here. I'm just zoomed in. This you have to screw a little piece on like this little end cap, this little curvature piece. You're gonna feed a bolt from here. So I'm gonna show you this. Sorry, the sun's in my eyes. Let me pull this trunk down. This piece right here, it's a bolt. It's like that. You just feed that through, like so. And then, boom. Now, all you do is feed this thing right through these two holes. Where is it? Right here? Right through these holes. That way, this whole entire bottom section is connected. Okay, so now the bolt's fed through. Good, you got that part down. Now, all you gotta do is adjust this piece. Sorry, I'm out of focus. You just adjust this piece so that this bar will go through like that. And then on this end piece, hold up, out of focus. So on this end piece, that's meant for the butterfly curve. That butterfly curve that I never put on because, you know, alignment issues. But yeah, we're just gonna cap that off. And what I used to cap that off was I just got some washers. So I slid them on there, right? And I just capped it off. Just capped it off with I just capped it off with a bolt like that. And boom, done. Capped it off. Now the entire X bar, you're gonna need a second hand because alignment issues, of course. You'll get one side right, but the next side won't be aligned. And this is like a I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a long bolt, okay? And this you have to unscrew so that'll fit right here through these two holes. See, the reason why I didn't go through this one is because the alignment was a little jacked up, so I had to push it down. But see, I'll show you this side. Just get you a close look, because it's really hard to explain. You just have to look and copy. Basically, this is the Rev 9 X bar. For anybody who's asking, it's the Rev 9 X bar. So I'm going to give you a close look on what exactly it looks like, so that way you could copy exactly what I have here. So first things first is you want to get the X bar right in the middle, like I said earlier. Then feed that bolt through. The bolt goes through these two pieces. Wow, it's really cold. Bolt feeds through these two pieces, and then this clip has a thread on it. This is threaded, this is non-threaded. You're gonna have threaded and non-threaded, and then the threaded ones you're gonna put on the ends right here, so that way it'll pull the screw out. Once it comes out this way, you're gonna just screw this on and it'll actually pull the screw out that way, so that way it locks in place. So
once you got this bar on, you just feed the bolt down. So we're gonna go ahead. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and do that on this side. We're just gonna feed the bolt down. Man, it is extremely cold out today. All right, the bolt went through. Now we're just gonna put a nut on top, underneath, and then we're pretty much done for this. We're pretty much done for the bottom section. The bottom section and the top section are completely different. This section sucks. I don't care what anybody says, this section sucks. I really wish I had autofocus, man. This is annoying. Alright, bolt gets fed through. Goes through there, nut on the side. Done. Alright, back to this. So the top, now that the bottom portions are done, the top portions are a little different, like I said. So for the top piece, there's a bolt in here. You have to remove your rear seat belt, and there's going to be a gap right here. So the screw is just like with here, where you have to feed it. Remember, you have to feed it through. You got to feed it through this non-threaded clip, gold clip right here. This one right here. And somehow manage to screw it in. I couldn't even screw it in all the way because I don't know what tool you would use to screw that in, so I just used my fingers to screw it in. Then once that's in, none of this will be on, obviously. So the first thing you want to do is line up the X-bar in between the clip. Alright, so once you line up the X-bar with this clip, you're going to go ahead and get this non-threaded clip again, just like we did down here, and you're just going to feed it through the X-bar. You're just going to feed it through. I'll give you a close up on it. You can see it in there. You can see it go through. It goes through, and then you use this threaded clip to push it out to the other side. Or once it sticks out a little bit on this side, you just use this to screw it on, so that way it pulls it. That's the only way I figured out how to do it. And then, once that's through, you're going to go ahead and get this bar that comes across the top, and you're going to line it up with this, and then you're going to do the same thing like we did on the bottom. You're going to feed it through right there, and then just get the nut and just screw it on, and then it should just, you should be done at that point. And then just get like a ratchet or something, or a adjustable wrench to tighten everything down. That way it's not loose. You want it to be, you know, rigid, stiff. That's the whole purpose of it. It shouldn't, you know, clack back and forth. So that's pretty much the whole concept of the X-bar. I'm just going to give you some more reference pictures so you got a nice good view of what you're doing. Here's the top portion. That's pretty much to it, guys. I'm sorry I couldn't actually install it again. It's really cold outside, and it was snowing yesterday, so I couldn't, you know, even come out here because I didn't want snow getting back here. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole entire X-bar. Also, if you're wondering what this is and you have no idea what this is a bar that acts like a strut bar, and it connects more points of the chassis, so it can stiffen up the car.
you know, for to improve handling. And it's not a roll bar, it's not a roll cage. I don't know. A lot of people think that actually when I go for oil changes and stuff, people think that it's a roll bar. I'm just like, no, you know, it's just to stiffen the chassis. That's it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, also, I don't know if you noticed, there's a lot of scratches in the paint now, all around the car. And that is because if you're installing this by yourself like I did, and you already painted the back, you're gonna have to repaint. So that's not too much of a biggie. This thing's still holding up. It's nice and solid, no cracks yet. So that's good. But yeah, you're gonna scratch up the back a little bit. This is really hard to do on your own. So once again, I really recommend you get some help, because I tried to get my brother to help, and he was just not really a lot of help. He wasn't really helping a lot because he didn't know what to do. So I had to do it myself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. But wait, I want to talk a little bit about my car and what we're doing in the future. So, with that said, I have a B18B1, as I said before in probably the first video. It's about 140 horsepower, and it's not really fast, so I plan on probably upgrading the engine to a C1, which is a GSR motor, as some of you may know. I don't plan on getting the JDM one at all because that's too expensive and out of my budget. My budget is around $5 grand for this car. It seems like a moderate price for a car this old. I paid about $1,600 for this car. Had a few problems. I had a lot of suspension work done in a shop because I didn't feel comfortable doing it myself, such as the rear trailing arms. Definitely didn't want to do that because that seemed like a lot of work, and I know for some of you it may be easy, but for me, I am not that mechanically inclined to take on tasks like that. I just feel like I should do what I know how to do, or if I can find it online, I would do it, you know, but it's just some things you should know your limit. So you don't always want to do everything unless, you know, you have experience, or unless you have somebody right beside you teaching you or helping you or assisting you. I don't really have anybody, so I'm just gonna slowly, you know, progress to doing bigger things as this build goes on. So with that said, I'm going to get a C1, and I'm probably gonna have somebody put it in for me. I might do it later in the future, but I really don't want to, so we'll see how that goes. But as I said, I'm using this as a track car. It's not an all-out track car, it's just like a weekend car. This is also my daily car. It's wintertime now, so it's getting cold. I have gloves on, as you can see. So I'm going to take a break, actually, with Project Integra. Now, I know you're saying, wow, you just started in October, you're taking a break already? Well, I mean, I'm not taking a break from doing YouTube. I'm still going to be doing YouTube. I'm just going to be updating. I'm going to be doing, like, talk. I'm going to be talking instead of working. Just keeping you guys updated. I want to keep posting. It's just not going to be mechanical work as much because I can't work in the cold. I don't have a garage. I don't live in California or Miami, so I can't work 365 days out of the year. So this is the time where I take a break and just talk to you guys, and hopefully you have questions or you want to know something. So I'm going to be doing videos every week, or possibly 2 times a week. This is probably going to be the last video I do because it's already snowing here in Maryland. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all I really have to say at this time. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Thanks for subscribing. I've seen a nice little spike in my subscriber audience, so I appreciate all you guys for subscribing. I'm sorry I didn't upload yesterday, but I will try to get better at that. So I will see you guys in the next one.